So let's figure out which one is more precise. So I'm going to try to do two parts to today's lesson. Determining which device is more precise. It actually doesn't have a whole lot to it. I think you already probably understand how to do this already, but this is the official lesson on it. Here it is. The smallest precision tells you which one is more precise. This is on page 7, okay, if you're still looking. The smallest precision tells you which one is the more precise device. So state the precision and uncertainty for each device, then determine which one is more precise. Here's where I'm going to give you the shortcut. Okay? So if you want to figure out what the precision is, and there are lots of markings, and you're like, I'm not sure, even if I guessed, I couldn't get it. Here's the official. If you go precision, if you go high minus low, okay, and you want to make sure that is in brackets. So you take a high number minus a low number, and then you will divide that by the number of gaps. But you have to use it carefully, and that's what I'm going to try to do today. I'm going to show you how to use it. So maybe I will do this: high number, low number, and the number of gaps in between those two numbers that you've selected. Honestly, it doesn't matter which two numbers you pick. You just have to count the gaps in between, and then you'll figure it out that way. This is a shortcut. Add it to your study sheet if you need it. Okay. This is for a picture, right? For a picture only. Like if it's a number, the same applies still. You just look at the last value. Okay, let's try this. So let's say you pick, you make this one your low, and you make this one your high. You pick two numbers, right? 150, 100. How many gaps are there? You start counting from the low. You go 1, 2, correct? 2 gaps. You're like 2 wasps. What did it say there? Let me just zoom in. So this is supposed to say 2 gaps. Okay, 1, 2. So then you use the formula here. I'm going to do it on the side. Mr. Dixon, could I have picked 50 and 100? Yes. Could I have picked 50 and 300? Yes. You just have to count how many gaps there are between the two numbers you've selected. Okay, so I'm going to go precision is high, which is 150 for me, minus low, divided by 2. 2 gaps. In this case, okay, this 2 came from my counting, right? So precision is 150 minus 100 is 50, correct? Divided by 2. And some of you are like, oh, it's like uncertainty. So it's divided by 2. No, it just happens to be 2. This could be 10, 20, 15. It doesn't matter, okay? So this is 25 mLs. So that's where I figure this out. So my precision in this case is 25. Check it, please. Check it. Like, does it make sense? Let's see. 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, right? It adds up. So now you know you're on the right track. Some students just do this, and let's say they get 50. They forgot to divide by 2. You should be able to be like 50, 100. Wait a minute, that can't be, right? You should be able to go up the stairs, or if it's a dial, and you should be able to come up with the numbers that are already there if you start somewhere, okay? So how do you get uncertainty? Same way as before. That's 12.5 mLs, okay? Next, what's the precision here? Well, this is my low, this is my high. Let's do this one as a high, just for fun, right? I picked those two. count how many gaps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 gaps. Can you see that? 4 gaps. That's what I'm making a note of there. Maybe later I'll add some highlighter to this thing. So I'll do the calculation way up here on the top of that. What are those called? Graduated cylinders or something like that. High is 750 minus the low is 250. Make sure you do that in brackets. That's probably one of the biggest mistakes, that students want to type everything in one shot. And there are 4 gaps. 750 minus 250, that's 500, correct? Divided by 4? 125, right? For Friday, that's pretty good. I don't have the key in front of me, so I'm not cheating here. 125, right? That's my precision. So that's what I put down here. And the reason I'm showing you how to do this, guys, because there was something on the exam years ago like this. And if you said, well, the markings on this one are closer together than on the other one, you didn't get any marks there. You actually had to show what the precision was, like figure it out. So here you go. And then the uncertainty is just 125 divided by 2. What are we at there? 62.5? 62.5 mLs. I keep on forgetting the plus or minus, so it's a good habit to just know uncertainty should always have a plus or minus. You could be off by that much. So far, which one is more precise here? This one is, right? Because it's 25 milliliters at a time that it's going up by. Okay, this one. You pick. I'm going to go low and high. So and then I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. So my precision here is 60 minus 20 divided by 4. Right? There's 4 here. Or did I count right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. So precision is 40 divided by 4, which is 10 mLs. Oops, you can't see that. Sorry. There. So in this case, it's 10 mLs. So 10 mLs it is. Divide that in half. That's plus or minus 5 mLs. So you would have to say most precise due to the smallest increment. Sorry, you can't see that probably. But this one is most precise due to the smallest increment. You could also say smallest precision. That's also okay to say. Smallest precision. Okay, so this is kind of like a conclusion. You don't want to miss this. Like, you want to indicate this one is the most precise. And I'm going to highlight that because this is really what this lesson is all about, is about figuring out which one is most precise. And then, of course, we're reviewing precision, uncertainty as well. Okay, I want you to try that with example 2. I just need you to give it a try. So and they're all numbers, right? So you don't use the high-low thing. It's out of the, like, make sure you tell yourself that on your study sheet, that this up here, this in the corner, this is only if there's a picture, right? Only if a picture is provided. Use if pic provided. Okay, try example number 2. And I'll go over that, and I'll get you to try one more time. There's another one, page 15, I think. So if you already want to give it a try, yeah, page 15. But for now, just this example 2 here. Make sure you attempt it. This will be it, and then I'll just do it next week, the second part that I had planned. We'll just do it next week, Tuesday, right? There you go. Okay, so here we go. Just, this is, sometimes you freeze and you don't know what to do, right? At least give it a try, because you might still get a mark for figuring out which one is more precise based on your answers. So watch this, right? 1 decimal. Your precision should also have 1 decimal. Okay? Let's just do the precision for now. Precision here. You focus on that second decimal. Guess what? Your precision should also have 2 decimals, but it's always 1. Okay? You're saying this one is precise to the nearest. You ready for this one? Gives you nightmares. 1/100th of a degree Celsius. This one is 1/10th of a degree Celsius, right? So this one is more precise so far. And then this one, what's up with that? I didn't cover this yet, but there are no decimals, so it's just really a whole degree. So we're almost assuming that this device can only go up by a degree at a time. So if this is -15, this would be -14, a little warmer, a little colder, right? So this goes up by 1 at a time every single time. So that's not very precise. So in this case, this one wins. Let's just figure out the uncertainties here real quick. So when you divide it, right, whatever you get is the answer. So this is 0.5. So plus or minus. It's going to be very good practice to always right away come up with P and U. Okay? Which one is more precise? This one. Most precise. Since it has the smallest increment. So specifically about this one, pages 15 to 16. However, I post everything from 1 to 16, I believe. So if you were stuck on those questions yesterday, P and U, just finding P and U based on a bunch of pictures, to be honest. Precision and uncertainty. You go do that, okay? Just use today to get you up to speed. One more thing. It was brought to my attention that I cannot read. What does it say here? Go to page 8 real quick, because if this confused you, that's my bad. What does it say here? Omit the dots. So technically you just go 150 to 200. It is 50. You were right. So I just need to learn how to read. Okay, that's all. That's my bad. So how about, I don't know what you want to do. If you did what I just did here, cross off the omit the dots, like cross off this little statement and just leave it like this. But if you'd like to just keep it as the original, where you get rid of all the markings I've added, if you'd rather do that, yeah, I know. I try not to make too many of these, but it does happen. Okay. So then it would be 50, right? 50 at a time. So 50 Fahrenheit, 50 divided by 2 is plus or minus 25 Fahrenheit. So my bad. Now it's corrected though.